Thank you, Program Director, Your Excellency, Acting President of the country, Honorable David Mabuza, Mshengu, Shabalala, Dongalama Vuso. I greet all the distinguished guests who are present here, and in an endeavor to be economical about time, I will say all protocol observed. I also greet everyone who is watching in the length and breadth of our country. I'm delivering a message of support on behalf of the Human Rights Commission, the South African Human Rights Commission, a Chapter 9 institution. The Constitution explains the Chapter 9 institutions as state institutions supporting constitutional democracy. On behalf of the Human Rights Commission, it gives me great pleasure to be here to mark Human Rights Day. Human Rights Day has its history in the human rights violations which occurred here in Sharpeville and in other sections of our country. On the 21st March 1960, when 69 lives were lost, 180 people injured, and countless others permanently affected. The people who had come to exercise their right to protest here in 1960 were opposing unjust and oppressive past laws. South Africa's epic struggle for human rights is world renowned. Yet the Sharpeville massacre, as it is known, cannot today be claimed as an isolated event of our history. Although celebrated bodies like the Human Rights Commission have been created in our new constitutional democracy, systematic violations of basic rights, manifesting in loss and threats to the equality or the quality of our lives persist. Since the dawn of our democracy in 1994, many strides have been made in achieving human rights for many people in South Africa. However, there are countless others for whom the Bill of Rights in our Constitution does not translate to an enjoyment of their human rights, which remain an elusive idea. There are many sad events that we all know about which have greatly diminished our efforts at realizing human rights of all. For example, life as a demanding tragedy in which 144 lives were lost and 44 others remain unaccounted for has reminded us of how important it is to care for the vulnerable in our society. Our children, in whom our country's future is vested, continue to face numerous gross human rights violations. A recent tragic death which could have been avoided was that of a 5-year-old Lumkam Ketwa who died after falling down a pit latrine while at school. This is not forgetting Michael Komape, who suffered the same tragic fate 4 years ago. There are many other countless instances of human rights violations which occur daily in our society. Many women are victims of domestic violence or gender-based violence. Persons with disabilities and the LGBTI community face ongoing discrimination, marginalization, and violence. Racial discrimination persists. Income and wealth inequality remain amongst the highest globally. Many of our people continue to live in housing that is unsafe. Exploitative labor practices abound. All these conditions rob our people of their dignity. Human Rights Day, therefore, serves to remind us all to play our part in protecting, promoting, advancing the human rights of all, regardless of what one's station in life is, whether you are a public official, business entity, traditional leader, or a private citizen. We all have a role to play in ensuring human rights are enjoyed equally by each of us. The Human Rights Commission will continue to promote human rights and hold to account those who violate human rights. In this regard, we call on state and all to support, promote, and protect the effectiveness, integrity, and independence of Chapter 9 bodies to make the vision of a democratic South Africa based on respect for human rights a reality. Give the proliferation of corruption within our state, institutions and government departments, and its impact on the state's ability to realize human rights of our people. We call upon government to strengthen its accountability mechanisms to improve good governance in both the private and public sector. We also urge state to consult the public widely regarding the issue of expropriation of land without compensation when embarking on the proposed constitutional review. The Human Rights Commission will continue to play its role in ensuring that as a country, South Africa, we uphold our commitments as contained in the Constitution and other laws. We will also continue to work with all stakeholders to ensure that we meet our human rights obligations at the international, regional, and sub-regional levels. Let me end by reminding us of the words of former UN Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. I quote, "We declare that human rights are for us all the time, whomever we are and wherever we are from, no matter our class, our opinions, our sexual orientation." This year, 2018, is the year of Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela Madiba, promoting and deepening our the culture of rights across all. I thank you.